According to Vanguard News, the Nigerian junta has threatened to kill ousted President Muhammad Bazoum if the Ecowas attempted military intervention to restore his rule. The Vanguard recalls that a U.S. military official said on condition of anonymity that junta officials told U.S. Secretary of State Victoria Nuland about the threat to Bazoum during her visit to the country this week. We recall that Bazoum, who was deposed on July 26, and his family are being held hostage in his residence by the forces deployed by the coup plotters. The regional body met weeks ago in Abuja and gave Nigeria's junta 7 days to reinstate ousted President Bazoum or risk sanctions, including possible military intervention. Of course, this has been going on for some time now, but ECOWAS imposed new sanctions on the Nigerian junta and its allies in Burkina Faso and Mali, the ousted presidents. Meanwhile, ECOWAS said on Thursday that it had ordered the deployment of a standby force to restore democracy in Niger after the coup. However, no details were given about the composition, location, and planned deployment dates of a military intervention force. Speaking at the extraordinary meeting in Abuja, President Bola Tinubu described the ongoing political crisis in the Niger Republic as a threat to the stability of other West African countries. Tinubu has therefore urged ECOWAS leaders that the union should prioritize diplomacy in resolving the political crisis in Niger. Okay. So it is somebody from the US that is relating this. They told the US representative or delegate, if I may put it, she was the one they told. Okay, what is her name, safe? What's be her name that time? Yes. What was this? The woman's name that gave that brought this information. Victoria Nuland, yeah, U.S. Secretary of State. Yes, Victoria Nuland, and she was the one that brought this information. And this man, from what we have gathered, this man has been eating dry rice, and this man has been sending message to Tinubu and ECOWAS that if they don't do the needful, that he's going to affect a lot of things. He's going to affect a lot of things, that he should do the needful. And at some point we heard that the man, the so-called the deposed president, you know, that he resigned. But I think that is not true. That is not true. From all indications, it is not true. Mr. Tinubu, are you following your own country with diplomacy? If you kill your deposed president, then you lose one of your senior citizens. Killing to soldiers, especially coup d'etat plotters, is child play. It has never been breaking news or threatening. It is your professional conduct. Yes, it will be the first to be deleted if Niger is invaded before any citizen die. I don't even know what ECOWAS, France, and USA are looking for. They don't even want you. Then leave them to arrange their scattered country, because the citizens are not complaining. Are they complaining? No. Where were the ECOWAS, USA, and the rest when the Niger Republic are suffering in the hands of those foreign countries? It will not be easy. This whole thing, there's a kind of a mixed reactions if you look at it from holistic angle. From holistic angle, this whole thing mixed reactions here and there, but I think majority of the people really want this so-called junta, the military junta. They want them, because they will say the democracy, the way they talk about who will help. Who will help? You don't help anybody. You don't help anybody at all. So what do you expect them to do? To continue? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But some people will now argue from the side of, okay, those countries that are being run by the military, like Burkina Faso, Mali, and the rest of them, that how far have they gone? What has changed? That is another thing. But the question is that why should, because a lot of these countries, especially if we want to take Nigeria as a case study, we have been there. We have been there during the military, now with even in and out. But just that this is the longest time period that we are practicing democracy since 1999, unlike the other times. And you begin to ask that what has really changed? That the politicians who are supposed to know better, they are now acting with impunity, thinking that everything is, everything is set for them. They are even worse than the military, and that is why you see, it's been a long time since 2015. People have said, "Oh, let us have a military back," but the situation of things by the politicians are getting deteriorated every day. They are acting, they are even worse than the military because they feel that there's nothing anybody can do about it, and that is why most of the time they are buying the same core soldiers. And I think the manner at which they have really incorporated the so-called the military people into the democracy or into the civilian rule, the majority of them now are even corrupt. So they have that confidence that we have been rolling together with this Nigerian soldier, so nothing is going to happen. So why is it that they cannot use their head? If this man is restored back now, he's being restated back, the Niger president that is in detention now, if he's being restored back, you think he's going to learn any lesson? No, he's not going to learn anything. They will still carry business as usual. So there's a kind of mixed reactions if you look at this whole thing. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.